Republican Congressman Buddy Carter. Congressman, thanks for being with us today here on the show. The big question going in, I think, to this meeting is how unified can you guys become? You have control of the House. You have control of the Senate. You have control of the presidency. And there's a ton of momentum. Executive orders and now department heads put into place with Pete Hegseth and Marco Rubio and more to come. The question is, can Republicans come together when this moves to the legislative side of the agenda?
Well, that's the question. And the answer is a definite yes, we can and we will. Look, there was a mandate last November by the American people. 77 million people said they wanted Donald Trump to be president again, and they wanted him to shake things up. They wanted him to secure that border. They wanted him to lower the cost of living. They wanted him to make sure that we were respected on the world stage. We understand that. You know, Donald Trump got more votes than Republican members of Congress got. We only got 73.4 million. He got 77 million. So the mandate is there. The message is there from the American people. And yes, the Republican Congress will be legislatively will be unified.
I almost hear you, Congressman. It almost feels like I hear you talking to your fellow Republicans. And again, that's all you have to talk to, right? You don't have to worry really about the Democrats. But there's all these fracture lines. Understandably, everybody's elected to represent their district and their point of view. You'll have Thomas Massie on one side with a more libertarian point of view. You'll have other Republican congressmen with a neocon point of view. You'll have fiscal hawks. You'll have Northeast moderate Republicans. And the question is, can all of that be wrangled? I mean, your majority right now is 1. Right? Until March, and then it goes to 3. Good luck, Speaker Johnson. But you have to be together to keep this momentum going for Trump.
Well, that slim majority certainly won't take any getting used to. We've been having a slim majority in the House. And I will tell you, you're absolutely on point, and it's a point well made. And that is, we are a very diverse group. We've got a lot of different people with a lot of different views. But at the same time, we understand when we get a mandate. We understand when the American people speak, and when they speak loudly and they say, we want this done. We want spending cut. We want to stop this outrageous debt that we have now, $36 trillion. The interest on our debt, more than what we're spending on defense. We can't continue that, and we understand that. And that's what the American people want to see action on.
Well, we're going to keep an eye on this because this is scheduled to take place here in just any minute. You've got the conference ongoing, the retreat's ongoing. Expect to hear from President Trump joining you guys. One of the reasons I wanted to talk to you, Congressman, is the way you've been talking about taxes. And I do not think it should be dismissed. OK, you have introduced a bill essentially to do away with the IRS and do away with the income tax. You want to bring in the fair tax, which is a consumption tax. Now, here's why I say this kind of thing comes up, but I don't think it should be dismissed, because President Trump is saying things as well like, hey, maybe we should send 90,000 new IRS agents not to collect taxes, but to go to the border. And he's saying things like, maybe we should consider that tariffs could take the place of an income tax. Do you think any of this, your idea, his idea, is a realistic form of tax reform?
Absolutely, I do, Will. And I'll tell you, I can one-up the president here. Instead of sending just 90,000 IRS agents down there, we can send them all down there. We can do away with the IRS, and that's what the fair tax will do. The fair tax is a consumption tax. You know, right now, unelected armed bureaucrats have more control over your paycheck than you do. That's why we need to change this. We need to give the people the power over their own taxes. They can decide what they're going to pay. And with the consumption tax, you can do that. And we'll catch the underground market. If you're here illegally, you're still going to pay your taxes because you're going to pay a consumption tax. It's a fair tax. It's a simple tax. It makes all the sense in the world. No tax on tips, no tax on anything.
Right. Well, you know, we certainly need tax reform. We need to simplify the tax code. We need to replace it with a fair tax. We need something. It doesn't need to be so complicated. We need to find something. And dismiss President Trump and his wild ideas at your own peril. I'm talking to anyone who thinks this is an out-of-place conversation. Maybe it will be the fair tax. Congressman Buddy Carter, thanks for being with us here on the show.
Thank you.